Today, I will introduce you another solution how we assign a node ID to a CANopen device, and provide you a short report about the development and the status in the special interest group LSS FD. So at first, I would like also to remind some relevant basic knowledges, and yeah, Mr. Philip has also mentioned something. So as mostly know, and in CANopen networks, there are three types of addresses. So the index and subindex are the addressing for the objects in the devices and object dictionary. And list addresses contain specific parameters. For example, CA01 defines some object addresses for COP IDs for diverse services, which contain the CAN identifier, namely CAN ID. CAN IDs identify network-wide CAN data frames and CAN remote frames. And for correctly communicating, as he said, so the CAN IDs for different nodes and for different services should be different. And for CANopen, some predefined CAN IDs contain the node IDs at the lowest 7-bit. Each CANopen device shall be assigned with a unique node ID in the range of 1 to 127. So without such an assignment, a CANopen network cannot start operation because devices can't be correctly addressed. So how we assign a node ID? And as Mr. Philip has already mentioned something, there are some conventional methods to do it, some by manual configuration, and for devices which don't have a hardware interface, or for applications requiring a high level of plug-and-play support. So the service LSS Layer Setting Services defined in the CAA 305 could be used. So this service offer the possibility to assign the node ID and the bit rate dynamically over the network. But as he said, certainly we need an LSS manager. So before we talk about the service, and when it comes to the node ID assignment by this service, so a basic requirement for participating devices is the availability of the 1018 identity object, so which is defined in the CA 301 specification. And this identity object contains 4 sub-indexes of 32-bit each. They are vendor ID, product code, revision number, and serial number. So together, these make a unique 128-bit value. So this is called LSS address. So of the 4 indexes, the CANopen vendor ID is mandatory. So that means every CANopen device need a vendor ID. And it is a worldwide unique number assigned by CAN automation. So that for the next slide, let us see how CANopen devices and CANopen FD devices can be identified by the LSS address. So firstly, how do the LS services for CANopen networks work?